Living with a ghost? I never believed in ghosts, which is why I thought my new roommate, Alex, was just painfully shy. We met through a roommate matching app when I moved to a small town for work. Alex was quiet, always staying in their room or disappearing when I had guests over. I figured they just needed time to adjust, like me. After all, moving could be stressful, especially to a creaky old apartment like ours. But something felt just a bit off. At night, I'd hear whispers echoing through the thin walls, conversations that died as soon as I opened my door. One evening, I returned home to find the living room filled with an odd chill. Alex was sitting on the couch, staring blankly at the TV though it was turned off. I tried to start a conversation, but their eyes never blinked, never moved from the dark screen. It was unsettling, but I brushed it off as another introverted quirk. A week later, a friend visited and jokingly asked if my imaginary friend was joining us. That was when the first true shiver of fear snaked down my spine. I laughed it off, but doubt began to gnaw at me. Things escalated when I started finding my belongings moved in the dead of night. Books stacked in strange patterns, kitchen chairs turned away from the table. I confronted Alex, but they simply tilted their head, as if listening to something only they could hear. I finally decided I needed answers and started researching the building's history. What I found was a newspaper clipping about a tragic incident involving a tenant named Alex who had died in the very apartment I now lived in. The date was a year to the day before I moved in. Terrified but determined, I confronted Alex one last time, demanding to know the truth. They finally spoke, their voice a hollow echo that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. I just needed someone to see me, they said before their form shimmered and faded into the air, leaving me alone in the dim, cold room. My phone buzzed with a notification from the roommate app, an update on my match status, roommate no longer available. I stared at the message, my heart pounding, realizing I had been living with a ghost desperate for recognition, and now it was gone.